Hello everyone, The Honest Collector here to give you the truth on the Marvel Legends second wave of Spider-Man No Way Home, Zendaya's MJ. So this figure, I actually thought was really interesting and I really wanted this figure. I think it's pretty cool. At least that's what I thought when I first saw it, and just wanted to take a look. It doesn't come with a lot, but these aren't really one of the figures where it's like you're expecting it to be perfect. But there are some interesting things that I do want to go over. Some people say it's like really good, and some people say it's just mid. And I want to express my thoughts on that because I actually think both are correct. So I'll explain why as we get into this video. But first, let's cover the accessories, and I want to go over the Machina Digitalis first. And I think this looks really freaking good, man. You have some green in there. You got the gunmetal gray color. You got all the inside parts of it. The button is right there, and then the way it's sculpted is really good. You can end up breaking this, but you have to press really hard and put some real pressure into it. So I think you'll be fine. It's not anything that's gonna break easily, but yeah, it should be pretty durable. I'm pressing in a lot and it's not doing anything. Some people have said, you know, it might be flimsy. No, it's a hard plastic, which I really like, and I prefer over like something spongy or soft or whatever. But yeah, pretty good accessory. I really like the way the sculpting work is done and everything, all those little textures, and I think they did a really good job. And the only other accessories that this figure comes with is a pair of fist hands and the two feminine looking hands that come with her in the packaging. So just these two standard fists, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, going on to the actual figure itself, it's not bad. There is one huge gripe that I have that like it almost kills it for me, but at the same time I'm not gonna rate it like a 2 out of 10. But it does bring the score down quite a bit, and I'll bring that up in a second. But just going over the detailing that this figure has, it's really nice. You got all of the texturing on the actual sweatshirt that she's wearing, and then you have the undershirt underneath, which is pretty cool. And then from here on out, everything is just reused from the Homecoming Zendaya MJ and Spider-Man with the jacket 2-pack. So all of this is reused. I believe some of the paint is different maybe, but other than that, it's all just reused here. And then you just have an overlay piece there with the undershirt, and you have a really small and limited diaphragm joint. Or actually, is it the most limited? It's all the way at the top, you can see there. So it goes back that much. There's not much to go over besides the head sculpt that says really important, but you can see this is definitely stretching. And then going forward, I don't want to break this thing. It's not bad. I don't really need Zendaya's MJ to be doing all this stuff. But yeah, so from it looking like an actual sweatshirt from here with the sleeves, it looks good enough. I just think it makes her look too big. Like Zendaya's like quite skinny, so like this just feels too, like, especially from the side, it just looks weird. Like she looks like someone put extra padding in the outfit, and it looks really weird to me, at least. I think the arms are fine. It's mostly just the chest. It's too square. That's what it is. And then to me, that just looks really weird. The head sculpt is not the best either, in my opinion. It like maybe looks like her in some areas, but it looks like her if she was like really pissed off. And I think there maybe, but like I don't know. I just think that the eyes are too narrow and slit. Like she's not supposed to be this angry, I guess. She should have more of an alive expression. But other than that, I think it's just a fine figure. It works. The hair is really nice. I like the difference in color that you get, and the way it's sculpted is really good. The articulation for the legs are just about as you expect. Got the double jointed knees, and then the ankle going down, up, and having the ankle pivot there. And then the legs do move out this far. So the articulation is okay, and I think that's all it needs to be for a figure like this. I mean, if you can put in more, then do, but like, I'm fine with this. The diaphragm joint I'm not really upset about. It's just more the look of the figure, because if the articulation is not supposed to be the selling point, then it's got to be the look. And they delivered, but also kind of fumbled on that too, because the face doesn't look like that accurate. When you compare it to something like this, it's really different. Like, I see Tom Holland all the way. I am struggling and trying to see Zendaya, but yeah. So like, other than that, and then there's just the sweatshirt being too big does also detract points. But other than that, and like the bottom being reuse, it's not the best, but it's also just kind of like a filler figure. But it is definitely one of the better filler figures that they have put in these waves. Some have been way worse, and I honestly appreciate it for that. Now, the one thing that does absolutely kill me, and I do have the Spider-Man figure here, the integrated suit, is that he is taller than MJ, or at least by a little bit. And she's supposed to be like, let's see, like probably like right there, even, I think, maybe a little taller. She's supposed to be like right there, because Zendaya is really tall, and I think even they have to make Tom Holland and Zendaya more even out when they film these movies. But I just think that it's not right, and I'm not the only one that thinks that. I don't think that Tom Holland's is supposed to be a little taller than MJ. I think it's supposed to be the other way around. And honestly, I feel like if these two height were flipped to where Zendaya was just a little bit taller, I think that'd be great. And that really does bug me, especially when putting her next to a figure like Ned and Peter. I don't have the Peter right now. He's kind of took him apart for something. Oh man, I can't get this guy to stand up. There we go. So having Zendaya's MJ next to him, like, it just doesn't, and they're like standing at the same spot, and Ned and her are like the same height. And then when you put Spider-Man in here, which is the same height of the Peter Parker, it just looks really weird. Like, Zendaya's supposed to be, okay, Zendaya's supposed to be like up there. So that does bother me. And if it's like, again, the look is supposed to be the selling point, because the articulation is not the greatest, and it doesn't deliver, it kind of fails. Speaking of height, let's measure this thing here. And we can see that it stands right at, or maybe, yeah, a little, right at the 6-inch mark there. Once again, here she stands next to the integrated suit from the No Way Home 3-pack, and next to the Mafex 95, or 195 Spider-Man, since I know people like to swap the heads on there, and that's honestly a pretty cool idea. I do like to do that. But I think next to this, if you're going to use this as your Tom Holland final swing suit, I guess the SH Figure Arts one came out, but like, if you want to use this one instead, like, dude, you're kind of like, you're cooked. Like, this thing is just way too short. But yeah. And in case she returns in Spider-Man 4, here she is next to the Marvel Legends Hawkeye Disney Plus Kingpin. And just for a visual purpose of comparison here, since all these Spider-Mans are the same size, you can just look, let's say if you have the Civil War, you could just look at that one and be like, okay, that's this size. Here she is next to the No Way Home upgraded suit. And last but not least, here she is next to Stan Lee. I also did forget to say the elbows do move up past 90, which is really nice for a figure like this. I'll definitely take that. All right, so final thoughts on this figure. It's pretty good. Honestly, I like it. I would wait for it to go on clearance. We're not doing this angle. Final thoughts. I think this figure is pretty good. I do enjoy it. And I'm definitely glad that I have it in my collection. Like, I wanted this, and I'm satisfied with it. It's just a couple of things that I think they could have worked on and tweaked and just made a bit better. So that way this really could be an enjoyable figure. It's still a good filler figure, and that's what I like about it, is because even though it is a figure that's not, you know, it's not the 3 Spider-Men, or it's not like Sandman or anything like that, it's good for what it is, and I honestly really like that about it. I still do enjoy this figure, and I like it having to be able to pose with this with the other Spider-Man figures. I do enjoy this, so I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. I know that's a pretty harsh rating, but there are some things about it, like the height. It's literally just not accurate, and the sweatshirt looks a little weird. It looks really weird. The head sculpt is not right, so there are some things to bog down about this figure. So something I noticed while trying to get some images of Zendaya is that, like, I see some of the shots like that they were going for. Like, if she looks this way, it looks more like this picture, if anything, or like, I wish it would like actually focus. It looks more like that, and I can kind of see it where, like, why they narrowed her face, but like, that's not really what she looks like. She looks more like this, if anything, and her eyes are not this small, I feel. If anything, that's really what it is, and it just looks really weird to me. And I think, honestly, I would have rather had no accessories if they just needed to fix whatever they needed to fix. Put the money into that, put the money into a better head sculpt, or whatever. Even if it did cost the hands, I really wouldn't care, because I don't need Zendaya punching anybody anyway. So those two hands didn't really need. I mean, I'm glad I have them, but I would have compromised and just gone for a better head sculpt or a better looking, I guess, outfit look for her. But I still do really enjoy this, and it is fun. If you see it on clearance, definitely pick it up. I think it is just that figure that's nice to have. And that's gonna be it. With all being said, that's the end. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed, please give this video a like. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so that you know when I post more videos like this, and so that you know the truth on the next one. Bye.